Hey guys, hey lovelies, hey people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Priscilla, so if you're new here, please subscribe. If you've just come back to watch, thank you so much. So today I want to discuss a topic that is not much discussed in Africa, not common with African parents, and that is depression. But I'll take a niche and discuss about postpartum depression. Let's start with this depression. So depression is a mood disorder, and it usually happens many causes of depression. It can be society, it can be the way you've grown up, just even poverty itself is a cause of depression. But I'm going to talk about postpartum depression. This is the mood disorder that is developed after birth, and I don't think the way we are taught here in Uganda specifically, even if you go for antenatal, these things are not taught. So I want to talk about postpartum depression. It happened when I had just given birth. Luckily enough, I read about it because I didn't know what was going on with me. So for postpartum depression, this is a severe, intense and long-lasting baby blues, just like I said. It basically happens to new moms. A lot of things go on when you give birth. You know, you're excited, a new person has come, and then you have to take care of them. You don't get enough rest. Some of the signs and symptoms. So the baby blues don't get any better. You're just worsening the baby, and you just feel like you're not good enough. The baby anxiousness does not go away. That is one of the signs. And then feeling sad and guilty all the time, another sign of postpartum depression. And then you lose interest in the things you enjoy. Let's say you enjoy going out with your friends, you enjoy staying home with your family. You can just lose interest with that. You lose interest and you totally don't want to do that anymore. Then making decisions, even waking up in the morning can be hard for you. You can just fail to make a decision of waking up, getting out of bed, or you fail to make a decision of whether you should eat or not eat. That is another sign of postpartum depression. And then you worry a lot. You just feel like you're not doing good enough for the baby. You're not doing good enough for your body. You're not doing good enough for everything. And you forget that this body that we are talking about has taken 9 months to give life. So you start worrying about a lot. Another sign is your sleep patterns change. Fine, of course, when a newborn has come, sleep patterns change. You have to take care of the baby in the night. You're up. You have to change diapers. You have to do what? But then you can even fail to take a nap when the baby is sleeping, because most times, of course, as a new mom, you will need help anyway. But then you can you can even have help, and then you cannot even take a nap when the baby is sleeping. So that is another sign. The thing that can show you that you are at extreme is when you start thinking about hurting yourself. Hurting yourself, maybe you just want to cut your body, create damage to yourself. Every time you just feel like you want to hurt yourself, you want to drown yourself. Or if you feel like hurting the baby, that is now extreme. And if you're going through that, tell the nearest family member. I don't know, here these things are not usually understood, but you can tell the nearest family member, or just go to the hospital. You will get help from a counselor or a doctor. They can help you with that. If you just can't notice these signs, you just ask yourself questions. So these are some of the questions you can ask yourself whether you're going through postpartum depression, basically after birth. The depression I'm talking about is the one after birth. So one question is, are you feeling sad? If you start feeling sad all the time, you're always sad, nothing is making you happy, not even the presence of your baby is making you happy, then that question is one. Another question is, do you feel overwhelmed or anxious or panicky when you're doing anything? So that other question is a question to ask yourself. And then, do you feel more irritable or angry with anyone around you? If you start feeling irritable or angry with anyone around you, that is another sign. And then, are you having problems eating or sleeping? You can't sleep, you can't eat. And remember, when you've just given birth, you need more to eat, you need more rest, so that your body can get back to shape. And then, are you having upsetting or disturbing thoughts that don't go away? You're always thinking negative. They are disturbing, they're upsetting, but then they don't go away. So if you have such thoughts, then you have to question yourself again. Another question to ask yourself: do you have difficulties bonding with your baby? If you can't bond, remember this is a newborn, and then you're all excited, you're looking forward to knowing them and all that. But if you have problems bonding with your baby, that is another question that comes to your head, and it triggers that. If you have that as a question, then you have to check yourself. Then, do you feel like you're going out of control or going crazy sometimes? You just think about some things and you just want to go crazy about it. Then, do you feel like you never should have become a mother? If you start feeling, you feel, no, you shouldn't be there, you shouldn't have a baby, you shouldn't be a mother, and that is another thing. Now, if the last thing still, like I said on the signs, if you feel like you might hurt your baby or hurt yourself, all those are signs and triggers of postpartum depression. Now, motherhood is a journey. Motherhood is a beautiful thing. Me, I'm a new mother. I have a son. I'm a new mother and I experienced this depression. First, just a brief story. When we left the hospital with all the excitement, from my birth story, you will know what happened. Like, I really wanted to go through a natural birth, but then things did not go as I wanted. Things did not go like I planned. After removing the baby, I started seeing the baby. I even didn't have breast milk and all that. Then what happened? I think my brother noticed, because my brother told mommy, Priscilla does not like the baby. And my mom told them, no, just don't talk about it. That is how it is here. Most people do not understand it and they do not know about it actually. Not to blame, because my mom was there for me throughout the pregnancy, just like the story says. But then that day she just told them, no, don't talk about it. Don't tell her about it. Then, because my mom was there, happy with the baby, the baby has come, I'm safe, the baby is safe, because for her she was excited. So, we spent in the hospital 5 days, fed my baby on the 3rd day. Lucky enough, the doctors had put a cannula on him and he was feeding on glucose. So after that, they started forcing me to breastfeed the baby. It was forceful because I did not want to do it, and the challenging part was I didn't have breast milk. But then when I started breastfeeding the baby, breast milk started to come, so I relaxed a little. But when we went home, the first 2 weeks I used to cry like every day, all the time. I just sit and I am all moody and I just start crying. So this grew and I was like, what is not happening? The only thing I would now do it like a responsibility. I have to feed the baby, change his diapers and put him to bed. So he used to sleep a lot and that used to give me time away from him. But then when I noticed that I could cry, I used to talk to my husband about it. He was a very good support system for me. So he helped me, he used to counsel me and all that, until he told me, I think you need to go and visit a doctor. When I went back for my review, I talked to the doctor about it. I dealt with depression before, so when I knew the problem was depression, I knew how to deal with it. I knew the people to talk to, and then of course I talked to my mom. She was a good support system, and my husband and my brothers, they were really, really there for me. So when you're going through the postpartum depression, find someone you can talk to, find someone you can confide into, so that you can go through it well. Because it is not easy to deal with depression, and depression is one of the things that is killing people and they don't know. And like the video, talk to me about it. We can continue the conversation in the comment section. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. Like, share, and we meet in another one.